Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. I've got a very interesting editorial for you today. Bharatiya Janata Party leader and our finance minister, Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman, says that she is going to give free vaccines, free COVID vaccines to Bihar if they get Bharatiya Janata Party and Janata Dal United to power. What about the rest of the country? We will talk about that. That's my topic number one. My topic number two is Ms. Rekha Sharma, the chairperson of National Commission for Women. She goes and meets the governor of Maharashtra. I don't know why all of a sudden everybody is coming and meeting the governor of Maharashtra. Baba, we have a chief minister too, but all the same, she came and met the governor of Maharashtra because she was concerned about the rise in love jihad in Maharashtra. National Commission for Women. Okay, that's my topic number two. My topic number three is Maharashtra government has now pulled back the consent for CBI to come and investigate in Maharashtra. So this consent was given in 1989, which they pulled out today. Let us talk about that. That's my last topic. Let's get right into the show. So Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, our finance minister and Bharatiya Janata Party leader, made a statement.
So जब साइंटिस्ट इसको क्लियर करते हैं हमारे देश में वैक्सीन का प्रोडक्शन उस लेवल पर होगा जिससे जो हम इधर प्रॉमिस कर रहे हैं बिहार में हर एक के लिए मुफ्त में वैक्सीन मिल जाएगा, वो हमारे पहला संकल्प पत्र के प्रॉमिस है। भरोसा के साथ बिहार की जनता को हम आश्वासन दिलाना चाहते हैं कि वैक्सीन फ्री में आप सबको मिलेगा।
She said as soon as COVID-19 vaccine is available for production at a mass scale, every person in Bihar will get free vaccination. This is the first promise mentioned in our polls manifesto. So our manifesto says that we will ensure that every Bihari, every person from Bihar will get a free vaccine. Acha. Is this vaccine belonging to Bharatiya Janata Party or does the vaccine belong to Indians? So if the vaccine is belonging to Indians, how can a finance minister who is a custodian of our finance, not the owner of the finance, custodian of our finance department, make a statement that I will give free vaccine? Number one. Number two, the government of India, which is the Bharatiya Janata Party's government, isn't the government of India supposed to look after all of us, the entire country? Rather than pick and choose, बिहार में फ्री देगा, अच्छा ये कौन सा स्टेट है, इसको पैसा लगेगा, इसमें फ्री देगा, इसको पैसा लगेगा. Is that how the government plans to run this country? So Bharatiya Janata Party can decide which state will prosper and which state will not prosper. And in fact, to kind of defend what she said, their IT cell chief, Mr. Amit Malviya, made a statement. They said BJP's manifesto promises free COVID vaccines. Like all programs, center will be providing vaccine to the state at a nominal rate. It is for the state government to decide if they want to give free or otherwise. Health being a state subject, Bihar BJP has decided to give it free. Simple. Acha, he says, Baba, listen. Central government, that central government will give state government at a nominal price. Now it is the state government that decides whether to give it free or whether not to give it free. So BJP government, that is BJP has decided that in Bihar they will give it free. Acha. I have two questions for Mr. Amit Malviya. Question number one. You see, why should a person from Maharashtra pay taxes so that he can fulfill BJP's promise to people of Bihar of giving free vaccines? Why should a person from Maharashtra pay that tax? It would have been fine if the entire country was given free vaccines. I can understand that. Perfectly understand that. That's my question number one. My question number two is, are Indians' lives a game for politicians? Vote do, वैक्सीन देगा, वोट नहीं दो, वैक्सीन को पैसा देना पड़ेगा. This is exactly what this narrative is, isn't it? How fair is that? How fair is that? And mind you, I would have still appreciated it if BJP was spending the money from their pockets. I'm sure they have a lot of money. If BJP was spending the money from their pockets, I could have understood it. I could have said, ठीक है यार, उनका पैसा जहां लगाना है लगाएं. अरे, this is our money. This is taxpayers' money. And that money which we are putting in, that's the money that is being spent on poll promises. How fair is that? Acha, now you know what? This mass bribing is not just BJP. Let me tell you that also. Tejasvi Yadav goes and tells people the first thing that Mahagarbandhan is going to do is to provide 10 lakh jobs.
आप सब लोगों को मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि हमने जो वादा किया था, क्योंकि हम ठेठ बिहारी हैं, जो कहते हैं वो करते हैं। पहले भी कहा था डीएनए शुद्ध है। हमने पहले आप लोगों को ये बताया था कि अगर हमारी सरकार बनती है, अगर जनता हमें, बिहार की जनता हमें मौका देती है, तो पहले कैबिनेट में पहले दस्तखत अगर मेरा कलम चलेगा तो 10 लाख नौजवानों को हम रोजगार देने का काम करेंगे पहले कैबिनेट में।
अरे कहां से लाओगे 10 lakh jobs यार? Where are you going to get 10 lakh jobs? And those youth standing in front of him, they were cheering him, hoping that they would actually get a job. Where is Tejasvi Yadav going to get that 10 lakh jobs? What kind of lies are we spreading? Jumla is now becoming the new order of the day. It's a new thing. Everybody is into Jumlas now. Everybody gives some kind of this thing, free vaccine, 10 lakh jobs. And the poor voter listens to all of this, goes and votes, and then Thenga. National Commission of Women is set up to protect women's rights in India, to protect the safety of women in India. It's a very, very important department, very, very important organization. It is a Government of India organization, by the way. The head, the chairperson of National Commission of Women currently is a lady called Rekha Sharma. Now, Rekha Sharma came into Maharashtra, met the governor of Maharashtra, and according to a tweet by the National Commission for Women, they said that our chairperson, Rekha Sharma, met with Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari, His Excellency, Governor of Maharashtra, and discussed issue relating women's safety in the state, including defunct one-stop centers, molestation and rape of women patients at COVID centers, and rise in love jihad cases. Okay, fair enough. It's our job to come and check about women's safety and women issues with the state head. But there is a small problem. Administrative head of the state is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. So if her concerns are genuine and she really wants to get it resolved, this lady should have gone and met the Chief Minister of Maharashtra and addressed these problems. It would have made a lot more sense. And it would have been seen as apolitical and a genuine effort to bring about changes. That is the first thing. Question number 2. Love jihad. Now, she is a person who represents a Government of India body. Government of India, in February, the Lok Sabha said that there is no word, there is no term called the love jihad in anywhere in India. The government doesn't recognize a term called love jihad. The government has kept away from this term. So how can a chairperson of a government body be talking about love jihad? Now let's talk about this lady called Rekha Sharma, who is the chairperson of Women's Commission, National Women's Commission. Now, some of her tweets that she has done earlier are as follows. Just have a look. What was your grandfather doing with these dancers when India didn't even start to breathe its own? Rahul Gandhi. Hashtag. She is the chairperson of National Women's Commission. Just to add, this photograph that you just saw, it's a morphed photograph. It's a Photoshop photograph. It is not a true photograph. It's a fake photograph. You know, AAP's leader, former AAP's leader, I don't think he's with AAP anymore, Kumar Vishwas, had once said that, you see, Priyanka Gandhi is like my sister too. To which the chairperson of National Women's Commission, Rekha Sharma, tweeted, Priyanka Gandhi is my sister too, says AAP's Kumar Vishwas. Kumar Vishwas, just check if your father is the same. We already know something is fishy. The chairperson of National Women's Commission is talking about Priyanka Gandhi's mother, Sonia Gandhi, a lady. And she's, whatever she's saying, it is there. Don't want to comment any further. Okay, let me also mention that Rekha Sharma had also tweeted on the 20th of October that I am going to complain to Twitter India and will reach to the person who hacked my account, not going to leave the perpetrator. So she claims that all these tweets that had come to light after this particular tweet from National Commission of Women had come to light. She said it's not her tweet, it was all hacked and somebody else did it. So that's what her claim was. That is what she claims. So let me also ensure that that is also made clear in my editorial. My next topic is the Maharashtra government has withdrawn the consent that Maharashtra government had given the CBI to come and investigate in Maharashtra. This was given somewhere in 1989, which they have withdrawn. Okay, now according to the Delhi Special Police Act, in fact, I have done a complete editorial on CBI. If you, I'll try and paste the link down. If you can see that, it's quite interesting. It talks in detail about how CBI was formed and all of that. Anyway, just to give you a gist, CBI was formed under the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act of 1946. Now, under this act, CBI can go and investigate a case in a state only if the state government permits it to do so. Now, either the state government permits it to do so or the High Court and courts above orders it to go and investigate a particular case. Only then can the Central Bureau of Investigation come and investigate a particular case. This is the law. This is the rule. Now, certain states like Maharashtra, way back in 1989, if I'm not mistaken, yes, on the 22nd February 1989, had given consent to the CBI to come and investigate the case without any special permission from the state. Now, the state withdrew this yesterday. Now, Maharashtra state said that the CBI cannot come here and investigate till such time the state gives permission or High Court or courts above gives directives, gives orders to CBI to come and investigate. These establishments now have been used as political pawns. Think about it. Sushant Singh Rajput case. CBI was brought in saying that the police establishment is not doing their job. The state government refuted. The state government said, no, the police is doing its job. The Supreme Court in its judgment said that, listen, you know what, you guys, the way you guys blocked Bihar police, well, that's something which is questionable, but otherwise, the Supreme Court said that, okay, we feel the way the investigation has been conducted by Mumbai police is fair. There is no flaws. We cannot see any flaws by the papers that we have in hand. So that is what the Supreme Court said, but the CBI was brought in. ठीक है. Now, the second case of TRP. Mumbai police is investigating the case of TRP. All of a sudden, Uttar Pradesh started investigating TRP cases and they gave the case to CBI. What will happen then? CBI will be open to coming into Mumbai and investigating the case. So, what is really happening? It is CBI versus Mumbai police. Again, for the second time. So, CBI will have their own narrative, Mumbai police will have their own narrative, and both these narratives will be kept. What are we talking about? Is this how a state is run? Is this how a country can be run? First of all, using police to combat a media house, no matter what that media house has done, itself is not fair. I believe it is not fair. Now, a state government is using the police and somebody else is using CBI. To me, this withdrawal of consent is a red flag. It's a warning sign. It is indeed sad for our country if the political party in the state and the political party in the center are in conflict. And this conflict is manifested through CBI and police and rest of the other enforcement agencies. It is indeed sad. And what is worst is, if this continues, it's bad news for our nation. Because administration cannot be handled like this. Nations cannot be run like this. Till I see you next time, Namaskar.